Hello, MC Bling Daddy here. I've been working on creating some flyers and I have something I'd like to show you. I'm sure most people start out with a sticky piston and a regular piston and trying to set up a flyer that goes something like this, but it doesn't seem to work because the regular piston, the standard piston, separates and the sticky piston never responds to extend and pull it back. So I played around a little bit and came up with something that actually does work. It uses a sticky piston and a standard piston, and it works something like this. However, there's a couple critical things here. First of all, after the standard piston pushes blocks away, it has to have something that it can use to send a signal to the sticky piston. And in addition, the sticky piston has to have something to receive the signal that's sitting beside it. So first of all, let's take a look without that block beside the standard piston. And whoops, I want to put this here and here. And so what happens is, again, the standard piston pushes away and the sticky piston is not stimulated to respond. So if we put that block in, let's put it back in here. What happens is then that we can get the thing to go, but we have to have a block sitting beside the sticky piston. So if we put our redstone like so, need to be back a little further, and stimulate it. Again, the standard piston does not send an update, as it's called, to the sticky piston. So what we have to do then is we have to put our redstone beside the sticky piston, as well as have redstone for the standard piston, in order to get the thing to go. So I'm not sure exactly why updates are not sent to the sticky piston unless there's something beside it. And that's something I probably won't know unless I could find or get a hold of the code that Mojang uses to send these signals. So what I thought was, hey, let's see if we can come up with a two-directional flyer. And so what I thought was, well, maybe if we could use a sticky piston instead of a cobblestone block to send our updates, then maybe we could build in a second direction. And it turns out that it works. So let's have a look here with instead of a cobblestone block, and it works. And so if you take your original design, you rotate it 180 degrees so that you have, for this sticky piston, you have another sticky piston. For this standard piston, you have another one. And rotate it around 180 degrees, you actually have something that can fly the other direction. So what I wanted to do, though, ultimately, is to create a four-directional flyer. And this is about all I could come up with. It has 8 pistons, 2 for each direction, plus slime blocks to hold it all together. And it turns out that because there's a total of 13 blocks here, that you don't have room for additional redstone to drive the thing because the limit pushing and pulling on pistons is a total of 12 blocks. So we're out of luck, except that you can actually drive this thing manually because since there's 13 blocks, one piston can drive the other 12 as long as it doesn't have to have redstone to push as well. So what happens with this is you can drive it manually. So let's move it one that direction, and then pull it back this way, and it's moved one. Just to demonstrate, let's do this again. Move back, and we'll go. Yep. Okay, so that's that direction. You can also go. Now let's see. Let's go. Come back towards me. And do that. And that. And so that's well. Anyway, you can see that it'll go each of the directions available to it, but it's all manual, so it's a pain. Well, that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll let you know if I come up with anything else.